and be ensured that your new door seamlessly complements your home. Give us a call at 402-590-5800 or visit us online at doorsplusllc.com. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
At Fairway Meat Market, you're family, and as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. Fairway has fresh cut meats, seafood, cheese, wine, and spirits, and a friendly staff that's always ready to help you find what you need. Stop by Fairway Meat Market today to plan your weekly meals in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center, just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red!
At Farm Bureau Financial Services, we strive to provide you with the right coverages for all your insurance needs by taking the time to meet with you and review what coverages best fit your needs. So whether you're in the market for home, auto, farm, business, life, or a combination of any of these coverages, we can help with making sure you, your family, or your business have the right coverage based on your individual needs. If you would like to review your insurance needs, please contact Ben Spurt with Farm Bureau Financial Services at 402-217-9945 or through email at ben.spurt@fbfs.com.
Ticket listeners know a dream team when they see one. At Applied Connective, we've been in the game for 20 years and have developed a team of world-class leaders in all things IT. From cybersecurity and Microsoft products to physical security, audio-video, infrastructure, business phone systems, and anything in between. We'll help you leverage technology to become your most secure, efficient, and profitable. Head to our website to check out real reviews and testimonials and sign up for a free tech consultation. We can show you where you might be vulnerable, inefficient, or overspending. It's a game changer, and it's totally free. Claim yours right now at appliedconnective.com.
Muchachos has been serving Lincoln delicious pork, brisket, and chicken tacos for several years now, as well as Hatch Mac, nachos, and more. Muchachos also brings you close to the taste buds of your favorite local college athletes with NIL deals like the B3 burrito for Bella Bacon of Nebraska softball and many more. See a variety of different NIL options at Muchachos at 11th and K or order online at yomuchacho.com. Open 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. Tuesday through Saturday.
This is On the Block with Nebraska Basketball Hall of Famer and 9-year NBA vet, Eric Strickland. Nebraska Football Hall of Famer, Jay Foreman. Middle school basketball coaching legend and Duke basketball shooting coach in his mind, Austin Orman. Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Sponsored by the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. This is On the Block with Eric Strickland, Jay Foreman, and Austin Orman.
Let's get after it on a Thursday. Starting the show off on stream, and then we'll have to do the radio after the Royals and the Cardinals get done. Austin Norman, Eric Strickland, and Jay Foreman with you here for On the Block. It's a great day to stop by the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. Maybe not the best day to grill it outside. That's all right. Stock up. Get ready for when you can pop your choice of meat, your choice of cut on the grill, and enjoy it. Let's bring in the Husker Hall of Famers. Jay, Strick, fellas. What's good?
Another day, another hobby, another love for being on the radio, another show, another Modo, and
You like that,
Jay
Jay?
Foreman in here on his tippy toes. You know what I'm saying?
I know more.
Mm-hmm.
I wish.
I wish.
I wish.
I wish with all my heart.
You damn right.
Fellas, Aaron Rodgers signed. Or at least he plans to tomorrow.
Pause.
Barring incident.
We're getting off started early, Eric. Before you even dig into every detail, and I got questions. And here's my thing, Jay Foreman.
Dang.
I need you to speak up right now. Here's the deal.
What's up? What's up with it?
Did he ayahuasca long enough? Was it a long play? Did he play it well? Parlay it? Austin's gonna give us the details on everything, but right now for you, like, he signed.
Yeah.
So did he wait for is it the right opportunity? Did he wait for the right moment? Did he parlay it long enough to leverage it?
Yeah.
Did he play Pittsburgh because, or did Pittsburgh always know it was going to be him? They was going to get it done. Or did he leverage it to the point to where they had to get it done with him because they passed over everything else and they pretty much threw their eggs in the basket? I just want to know that.
I think it was his only option. I just think when Aaron Rodgers, I think he was on the McAfee show and he said that, he was very honest. He said he had some personal stuff going on, somebody in his family, and he had to try to tend to that first. And I'm sure Pittsburgh was cool with it and respected that. And they probably the lines of communication and when a player like this or any player, and particularly one at this position, they had to be well clear and open.
So they didn't pull DeAndre Jordan, when the Mavericks was trying to beat down his door and trying to find him, and they didn't know where to be found.
No, they knew exactly where he was at, and I'm sure hopefully he did a better job than he did with the Jets of like keeping him abreast of where his mind was. And that's also a big reason, which I necessarily don't agree with, why they then draft a quarterback, and particularly like Shedeur Sanders, because I felt like nobody that on that roster, if Shedor's on that roster, Mason Rudolph is going to stop Aaron Rodgers from playing the next 2 years. And it's also a big reason why they probably didn't do or make a big push for Kirk Cousins. Now, if this goes in like right before training camp, then that's different. Also, the Dolphins have been trying to move Smith, their tight end, and Dolphins have been initiating this, and Pittsburgh has been lock and step. They had lost interest. I guarantee you they ran it by Aaron Rodgers. He probably was up in the mountaintop somewhere, came down and said, yeah, I think he could do well for us.
He was in the cave.
And now if they get him, you got 2 tight ends.
Talk to me, Austin. Tell us what the real deal is. I just wanted to get that out right now with a pause. Eric, you heard it.
Pause.
Yeah.
So Adam Schefter's very PR sounding tweet about it, his second one, says the Steelers never wavered in their belief that Aaron Rodgers eventually would sign with Pittsburgh. Steelers head coach Mike Tomlin loomed large in this entire situation. Tomlin was a draw for Rodgers and was happy to work within Rodgers' timeline. He is a major reason that Rodgers will be a Steeler. So that sounds like it came from someone, close to the situation in Pittsburgh, with just how that reads. Sounds copied and pasted from Schefter. But then let's get to this from Cubs on our text line. Cy, well, it's been a great run for Tomlin, seeing how the coach killer is now a Steeler.
Well, it don't matter. Everybody knows he's only there for a year or two, and he's not a knucklehead. The coach killer
1 year deal officially, by the way.
Right, and the coach killer the last coach killer is down in Dallas. Pickens.
True.
And so I don't think I think if Aaron Rodgers comes and performs like he, at times did and nobody knows the circumstances with the Jets that he did, where he was missing a lot of open receivers. He wasn't very good himself. Then he played well down the stretch. Then Tomlin automatically, the seat goes from warm to hot. But I'm assuming that they're going to get motivated Aaron Rodgers, especially by. And he seems now I'm saying you could call it petty, you could say whatever. I think he's going to be motivated by that conversation with the Jets or the lack of, he flies all the way across the country for a 15-minute conversation that you definitely could have had over Zoom or FaceTime. You definitely could have had that. That's a lack of respect. And whether it's business, there's strict business, or in basketball or in professional sports or anything, or even like when you played like AU or even high school and college. And if you don't show people the simple respect that they deserve, not that they feel like they demand, that they deserve. There's a difference. When somebody's saying you need to do A, B, C, and D, that's entitlement. Respect is, I respect that you worked hard. I respect who you are in life. I respect you as a human. So I'm going to give you the simplest line of communication. So Aaron Rodgers didn't do that with the previous ownership and staff and head coach. And then he kind of went around him and up and got Saleh fired and all that. Right. So that's on Aaron Rodgers. But for the new guys, and this is all on Aaron Glenn. Aaron Glenn was a heck of a player. And I played with him. AG knows better than that. And that conversation had to go on long beforehand to fly strict from California
right
to Florida. to have a 15-minute meeting. Why waste my time, me and Austin, if we're the Jets, and yours? He's going to be. He should be motivated by that. He's in a first-class organization.
Mm-hmm.
He's always had a ton of respect for Mike Tomlin. So I think all the stupid stuff is out the door. I think he trusts and believes him.
Did Rodgers beat Tomlin or Cowher for a Super Bowl?
I think it was Cowher.
It was probably Tomlin.
Was it? That
he beat Tomlin, didn't he?
Was it Cowher?
Because Tomlin won one against Arizona.
He won one with
then Green Bay beat them in Dallas, right? Or at Jerry's World.
Yes.
Yeah. But he's always had. But even when they played a couple years later, there was always mutual respect. You know that. It's just like if somebody's a knucklehead and they go play for Steve Kerr, or they just get in line. So that's where he's at, and he's not a. I don't think he's a bad locker room guy. I think he's a guy that likes to have control, and I think he fell in love with the whole like media, pressure out there, and I think he'll be well. I mean, I think he'll do well.
Question off the.
I hope he does well.
Question off the stream, Jay. Will Mike Tomlin from Bada Bing? Shout out to Bada Bing. Will Mike Tomlin have his first losing season this year?
No,
I don't think so either.
One, because the Bengals are garbage this year.
Yeah,
and the Browns are garbage. So now you're just looking at the Ravens and the rest of the schedule. They got a heck of a defense. They got the best defensive player, arguably, on that side in Wyatt. And then you got Cam Hayward, and then you got Benton, the big defensive tackle.
And a veteran squad too.
Yeah, they got and they got a ton of, especially at that second and third level. They got some juice there. As far
how
as
you feel about the wideouts? Obviously they got rid of the headache.
Yeah, but Metcalf is good. Now they had Gabe Davis, who's a former Buffalo Bill. If he comes in, I like that. And then if they get Smith, the tight end, to go with.
Don't forget, Alan Lazard's probably coming too. He goes everywhere Aaron Rodgers goes.
And get your boy Cobb and stuff. But I think if they get Gabe Davis along with Metcalf and then add Smith, the tight end, that's a
bona fide group.
Yeah, and a veteran group. They know how to play. And I think their offensive line will be better. And so I think Aaron Rodgers will make that offensive line better.
I question then becomes, the thing about the Steelers has always been great defense, manageable quarterback, great running game with good play action.
Mm-hmm.
That's been their MO, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you see that same MO with just a bigger opportunity, a good strong arm that can make every throw at any time with Aaron Rodgers? Maybe not the same mobility that you used to have with him, but do you see the same MO with that crew?
They can, but they can't depend on it because defenses are too good now, and you're not going to just win in the NFL now by 3 yards here, 3 yards here, throw it to the flat, and first down. You got to be more explosive. That's why they got DK Metcalf. But when you look at it, Jalen Warren is a physical back. Then they said, you know what? We let one of our former physical backs go. We get Caleb Johnson, who was the second best running back in the draft from Iowa. So
I like him.
So right. So
keeps him in the colors too. So he's got that same vibe.
But he fits Pittsburgh.
Right.
But then here's a sneaky signing that Robert Woods has been.
Bobby Trees.
He's always been like overlooked, but he's been hellified productive. So you got
good
him,
blocker too,
and he's great in the locker room. So you got DK, the diva, locker room guy, Austin, and then you got Roman
Austin.
Wilson. Yeah,
that's right.
Then you got the sneaky guy from another coach that Tomlin trusts,
Jay Foreman,
Roman Wilson.
Oh, Roman,
Michigan,
in from Harbaugh. So now you got the toughness, but you got explosiveness. And then, you got Connor Hayward, which is Cam Hayward's brother. We've seen him up close and personal at Michigan State. He's kind of like a do-it-all. And then you got Freiermuth. And then if you get Freiermuth, and then you get Jonas
I like
Smith.
him as a tight end, blocking and
he's
short-arm receiving. I like him in
he's a heck of a replacement.
Yeah. No question.
And then you get Jonnu Smith, who gives you a little bit more explosiveness from the Dolphins. And you see Jake Sorensen in there. And then you got the extra offensive lineman in Darnell Washington. He's the big
huge
boss
human
man.
being.
Right?
Yeah.
So now, but then the more importantly thing that Aaron Rodgers can do, situational football, clock management,
Mhm.
on time, on target.
Throw it
And
away.
also,
Mhm.
he strikes a little bit more fear in the defensive
like what
coordinator's
you're
heart.
talking.
You just know it.
Mhm.
It's like Joe. Remember when Joe Montana was with the Chiefs? They ain't have nobody out there that could play dead. What did he do when he went to Denver? Twerkulated all the way down the field. He still got it.
Twerkulated?
Yeah.
That was percolated.
It's
Twerkulated now?
Austin, just
go with the
I
flow.
heard
Austin.
percolated before. I
Yeah.
didn't hear twerkulated. I
Yeah.
didn't know if that was
See,
on
that's
purpose
Hank
or not.
Schramm percolated. We add twerkulated on.
Okay, thank you.
Easy
Thank you for the
bonus.
clarification.
Right. So it's always that what if, right? And then if Aaron Rodgers gets his mojo back,
Ooh,
he's not going to be the one that the MVP, but he can be an MVP for
Like.
the Steelers.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So when you get out of bed, are you twerkulating or percolating?
I mean, I'm limping out of the bed, man.
He's stanky legging out of the
man.
bed.
Stricky, it's Thirsty Thursday. Are you twerkulating or percolating?
He's twerkulating. I'm answering that for him. Strick is Hype Man Productions on Thursday.
Hey, by the way, no Kevin today, but I did stop by the store and I got us some stuff to sip on. So
Okay.
shout out to Joe. So we will still have
Look how
those
calm he
Thursdays.
is. You're right.
Shout out to
You ready for it?
who brought it today?
It was Joe.
No, who brought it today in the back?
Oh, muchachos.
Yes.
Came through.
Shout out to the muchachos. My guys. Right down the street.
Other way.
that
Other
way.
way.
Oh, that
Other
way.
way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
12th
one.
and end.
11.
Give or take.
12.
11th, 12th and
Go
end.
ahead. Yeah, south that way.
Yeah, that way.
North side. Go
Hey,
ahead.
man, what's up, man?
North side, south side, east side, west side.
Where we at, man? What we talking
Well,
about?
while we're on Aaron Rodgers,
Shout out to Bada Bean.
First question: is this Aaron Rodgers' final year in the NFL? If you had to guess right now, is this his final NFL season?
I mean, if you
No.
go back into the cave,
No.
for another session, he probably got another couple in it.
Have you seen these quarterbacks play?
Is Pittsburgh his final NFL team?
No. He gonna play whenever. Have you seen these quarterbacks play in the NFL?
Yes,
He could play till he's 50
but will he?
if he wants to.
If he wanted to.
That's
That
my
means
question.
it-
Does he want to? Does
but
that depend on how
Aaron
this year
Rodgers,
goes?
you can't ask that because he's not normal.
But I have to ask it. We're trying to make predictions here.
I think. What is he? 40?
He's a man. He's 40, Mike Gundy style. Now,
I
Rodgers
think-
with the Gundy mullet or the long hair was not a good look.
I think Pittsburgh.
I think if they make a run, he
I
stays.
think Pittsburgh's his last stop. I think if he makes a run, I think he'll run.
I think
it back.
he'll run back. Yeah.
What's a run for Pittsburgh? Are we talking better
I
than
think-
losing
I
the
think
wild
9
card
wins.
round?
Second
That's really
round,
put-
Yeah.
second round of the playoff.
9
Win a wild
wins.
card.
and
game.
he plays well.
Yeah.
And they want him back.
Well, they're
I
gonna
think-
have to because I don't think they draft. If they would have drafted, like you said,
But
prior to-
also here's the thing: is strict. Look at next year's draft.
well, that's what I'm
Right,
saying.
and
You get Drew Aller.
So what I'm saying is, you're already behind the curve. If you would have drafted this year, you could have protected at least 2 years. But
maybe
now,
3. Yeah.
right? But now, you behind the 8 ball, my
now
boy.
you're gonna really have to try to get Kirk Cousins next year.
Right.
Just a younger version that wears plaid.
Yeah,
shirts.
Austin don't know. It's time for the percolator. It's time for the percolator. Austin don't know that, Eric. Shout out to Eric on the text line.
Right, I don't know.
402-464-5685.
That's why I got to ask.
Do
you
you,
don't know.
do you know strict that there's 2 different types of percolators?
Yeah, there's a Chi-Town percolator.
And where's the other one?
DC percolator.
Yes, sir. Baltimore to be
Right,
yeah.
right. Mm-hmm.
And you can tell where somebody's from
By the way they percolate.
Yeah.
Interesting.
The Chicago one,
Yeah.
the Chicago one's more upper body, and you kind of just break it down.
Yeah, kind of like an up
Yeah.
rock.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's how
kind
I
of
do
up
it.
rock.
But you're the Baltimore percolating. So what
That's
does that
everything.
But I did
Full
both
body.
though, because in Minneapolis, everybody used to move up to Chicago, get our benefits, and go back to Chicago and spend the money. But I'd be in the club, in Princess Club, hitting the percolator. Then when I wanted to do the DC percolator, my knees and stuff was bad. I can't break it down. like that.
They
Yeah.
to the flow,
Yeah.
up rock,
They hit the stanky
side,
leg. Yeah,
do every day. They twist around.
You see
bop,
cats
yeah.
in DC and Baltimore
It's the funny.
coming from a wedding in like all white silk suits,
Sweating.
splits, then hit the percolator.
Hey, Austin,
They take it serious.
How about that?
Austin. It's a funny dynamic that they're so close but still so different.
DC and Baltimore?
The
Oh,
percolator.
I mean, even the words they say, Baltimore
Baltimore.
and that John.
Yeah.
Like if you say that John and you in Baltimore, they might get at you because that's a DC. You know what I'm saying? It's that crazy. It's literally by words they say. They can tell you where they're from.
Baltimore got a lot of pride, man. My man Keon Carpenter, I'll never forget. We was rookies, man, at this Chad. Chad Pegues was from New York. And, you know, they call you son. Like, what's up, son?
Mm-hmm.
Man, Keon fired off like quick, right at lunch. Boom, I ain't your son. I'm from B-More. Hey, my grilled cheese went everywhere. I was like, dang. Hey, you know, Strick, I had grilled cheese. I'm about to dip it into tomato soup. You just blasted it everywhere.
Isn't it crazy how the males have changed?
Yeah.
Let's be honest, Jay.
Yeah.
Jay, I was in rookie ball. That was some we used to eat every morning at what was the name of that? Shoney's.
Yeah.
You had to try to get the little
in Buffalo. Rusty Jones took care of us, but he wanted us to be like lean, man. He was like, he used to have this stuff, man. Now we got to. He used to make us eat these things called egg beaters.
Oh yeah.
It's like fake it, yo. We was blowing the bath.
Oh yeah,
man. That's the man. I was like, Rusty, I can't do this, man.
Mm-hmm.
Egg whites and all that. And I was like, I ain't out of shape. But look, man, I don't need to eat these egg beaters so I can test out better in this body pod. That's all based on how you genetically built. Because I know I'm leaner than Bobby Boucher Collins that got the beer gut over here. But he got 5% body fat and I got 8.
Jay, you and I are similar because I used to get mad at Robert Pack.
Pac-Man. He would jam on you though.
Pac-Man rise up on you. He'll catch you slipping.
Yeah.
Like you would think
with that high top, with that little south side high top fade.
Check it. Pac would be so ripped. I could be the same body fat as Pac-Man
and look different.
He carries it different. He has all the rips and the cuts in the thighs.
And be out all night eating chicken wings and just
be cut.
Yeah. But Bobby Collins wasn't cut. He just knew how to. Did you guys have the body pod? Bod pod thing? It's like it does your body fat, but it's all based on like how you breathe. And they got this like tube and Bobby knew. The thing is, somebody told him how to trick the system. So Bobby would he would look. My man was bad built from like North Alabama, but he could run. We just call him Bobby Boucher because straight ahead he gonna run right past you. Couldn't catch a lick though. When I tell you, he looked like Uncle Rollo at the cookout on the grill with the big old gut and but he get in there, he walk right out 5.6 body fat and laugh at us the whole time. We in there lifting weights, we running extra. Hey, we start taking the water pills to be lean. Nothing changed.
Last thing on Aaron Rodgers before we take a break. Guess who the Steelers play week 1 and where they play them?
Green Bay.
They're at the Jets week 1.
At the Jets.
At the Jets week 1.
Oof.
They will also, let's see, scroll down. They will host the Steelers on October 26th, or they'll host the Packers on October 26th.
Wow.
No, that's why he went. This is revenge.
They will go to the Bears on November 23rd.
Revenge tour.
This is his last year.
They also get the Bills at home the next week.
He ain't gonna do nothing against the Bills. It don't matter what. He ain't beating the Bills, but if he beats the Jets, the Packers, and has another great game against the Bears, he's just walking off into the sunset. I told you so.
I hear you.
The ayahuasca sunset. Let's take our first break of the show. When we get back, what is the NFL equivalent to Thunder Pacers? What's the equivalent in the Super Bowl? What would that be? We'll get into that and more when we get back to On the Block.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
At Valentino's, we're on a mission for tradition. On every slice, for every bite. Golden baked crust, cooked to perfection every time. Savory sweet sauce that's made from our own secret recipe. Loaded with the perfect amount of fresh toppings and melty mozzarella cheese. It's the tradition that Nebraskans have come to love. From game day to every day. Valentino's. Taste the tradition.
With UBT, you've got total control over your money. Like Doug, who runs his game day tailgate like a well-oiled machine.
I got burgers, brats, chicken, dogs, plus all the fixins. And with the UBT Go app, I can track my food spending from anywhere.
Bro, move.
They don't call me Grill Sergeant for nothing.
No matter your goals, UBT helps you feel good about reaching them. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in temperature-controlled high-end wine room. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for spirits and cigars. That's Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
Life changes, and sometimes that means changing where you call home. Whether you're downsizing, growing your family, relocating, or facing tough times, you shouldn't navigate it alone. I'm Laura Bonta-Bush with Woods Rose Realty, and I'm here to guide you with all your real estate needs. As wife of football coach Bill Bush, I understand the importance of teamwork and making sure you are supported every step of the way with honesty, integrity, and compassion. If you're looking for a game plan to buy or sell your home, text the word HOME to 402-534-1919. That's HOME to 402-534-1919.
Staying healthy and comfortable starts with the air you breathe. If you're noticing more dust, odors, or allergies, it could be time for duct cleaning from Bryant. Pure Air starts with cleaner air ducts, hair with enhanced filtration and purifications options, and the difference is amazing. When the air you breathe is clean and fresh, your home smells fresher and your family is healthier. Time for cleaner air in your home? Call Bryant for a free estimate. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. 467-1111. Bryant, whatever it takes.
Lincoln's new craft cocktail lounge is Bar 48 in Lincoln. Located at 2639 North 48th Street, Bar 48 offers everything from cocktails to beer to wine and so much more. With summer right around the corner, you can always enjoy Bar 48's frozen beverages. Follow them on Facebook to stay up to date on their live music performances every Saturday night. Make plans to visit Bar 48 on North 48th Street in the heart of the University Place neighborhood today.
A1 Automotive's second location is now open at 5110 State Hill Drive, just off of Yankee Hill Road. The new location continues to specialize in all makes and models and provides personalized service as they have for 15 years. To honor the new store opening, A1 is offering $25 off any service over $300, $50 off services over $500, and $75 off services that total over $750, all through July 31st. Schedule your appointment today at a1autolincoln.com and visit their new location in South Lincoln at 5110 State Hill Drive.
Step into healing at Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery. Our team of top-notch medical professionals turns pain into progress with state-of-the-art treatments and compassionate care. Visit prairieortho.com and discover the difference in quality orthopedic and plastic surgery services tailored to your unique needs. Your health matters, and Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery is dedicated to helping you thrive. Reach your full potential. Embrace a better tomorrow with Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery.
Is it time to replace your home comfort system? Call Bryant and save money in every way. Bryant provides you with solutions that save. Save big immediately with attractive rebates, and save every day with lower operating costs. Most important, though, the systems are selected to fit you. The right system, priced right, properly installed. That's the way Bryant works for you. How much can you save? Call Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing for a free estimate. 467-1111. Bryant, whatever it takes.
Now back to On the Block with Eric Strickland, Jay Foreman, and Austin Orman.
Rolling right along here as we're on the block. Austin Norman, Eric Strickland, Jay Foreman with you. 402-464-5685. If you want to be a part of the show, or you can chime in on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. We've got comments from Bada Bing and Justin on our stream so far. Appreciate everyone chiming in here as we are on the stream. Royals and Cardinals went to extra innings. The Royals took the lead in the top of the 10th on an RBI single by Vinny Pasquantino. St. Louis will have that zombie runner on second and 3 chances to get him in there at the top of the order. We will switch over to the radio dial for you as well once that game concludes. All right, Stricky, we'll start with you. The NBA Finals matchup, Thunder and Pacers. lot of talk about markets, right? The Pacers are the 22nd market on the 30-team NBA, and the Thunder are number 26. If you had to guess in the NFL, the 22nd and 26th biggest markets, who would you guess?
You said the
22nd and 26th, the biggest markets.
As far as cities.
Cities, yep.
Okay, so the NFL, if I'm thinking about it, you said the 26.
Number 22 and 26.
22 and 26. Let's see. I'm going to say, oh, that's a tough one.
It's an NFC team. I'll give you that much.
I'm going to say Detroit.
It is not Detroit.
Then Carolina.
Carolina. First of all, that's crazy to imagine that the Panthers would be back in the Super Bowl. But, okay, Charlotte, stand up. Jay, the AFC team at number 26.
Buffalo.
It is not Buffalo.
Jacksonville.
It is not Jacksonville.
Jacksonville's dead last.
Jacksonville.
It'd be Indianapolis then.
India's 25. The Steelers
Tennessee.
are 28, and the Ravens are 29.
Tennessee.
So it would be one of those three teams.
Oh.
Because I think it's another NFC team at number 26. Okay, in Major League Baseball, market number 22. And this is a little different for baseball because they do their revenue sharing. So this is according to Major League Baseball's market size ratings. So number 22 by MLB's own proprietary numbers.
Pittsburgh.
Not Pittsburgh.
What about Oakland?
Baltimore.
It is East Coast.
Not
Washington then.
No, Miami.
What?
Yeah.
The Marlins.
Yeah, I was gonna say Tampa, but yeah, Miami Marlins is horrible.
The Marlins actually receive revenue sharing despite being in Miami. So then on the American League side of things, team number 26 would be St. Louis. So team 25 would be the Cleveland Guardians. Team 27 is Pittsburgh.
Athletics.
Team 28,
Athletics.
the Royals.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They're horrible.
Good try. Team number 30 in MLB, for those who are interested, is the Milwaukee Brewers.
What?
Funny enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, market number 30.
But they actually have a good team.
Yeah, no,
Small
Brewers
market,
are really
though.
solid. Mhm.
That's crazy.
Yeah, Brewers are cool. So that's if we just go by market sizes. But, Jay, is there an NFL team, in terms of how the team was built, how they play, their style, their vibe, that Oklahoma City or Indy remind you of?
That fast pace. I mean, right off the top of my head, it would be the Chiefs, but I would say the way these two teams, and especially you could kind of look at the market, is somewhat comparable. I would say the Bengals. Essentially, they're just, what is a lot of offense.
Mhm.
I mean, obviously you got two number one receivers getting paid a lot. Then you got Joe Burrow. Now, obviously, and he's, potentially an MVP. So maybe OKC from last year. I think the Pacers are a little bit under the radar. You know
Big
what I'm
time.
saying? So it would be a team that has a good, viable quarterback that's not as sexy as Mahomes, Allen, and all that. So that would have to be, I would say, maybe Pocket Hercules with Arizona. And the
Ooh,
offense is kind of the same, or at least was. I
okay.
was going to say Jaden Daniels, but
I was going to say, James, get off mine.
That's always your boy.
but
we knew you were going to say Jay Daniels.
but-
We knew you were coming with
But
that.
he was Rookie of the Year last year, and he's the new it guy.
Yeah,
So-
he's the Halliburton.
Sure.
So I would say Pocket Hercules based on the Cardinals notoriously not being like winners. And it's hard to say OKC because of Seattle,
Mhm.
but just you never expect year in the OKC or the Cardinals. Like here's what I'm saying. Say the Cardinals have been drafting well and everything like that. They're like, oh yeah, they're gonna run the league for the next 5-6 years.
Mhm.
You'd never think that. Well, OKC is probably going to be in the mix for the next at least 5 to 6 years.
No question.
No matter what they do.
No matter what they do, they've
matter
got
who
too
they
much
lose.
of a cachet.
Right.
They can do whatever they want for the
Yeah.
next 5 years. Good job, Jay. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
it's hard to compare. I mean, because every NFL and there's a lot of movement. You normally could have said like the Rams or something, or like maybe the 49ers with Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy might be
Maybe.
one. That is probably a better comparison if the defense holds up and everybody's healthy on offense. Now Brandon Ayuk has put a bomb in that locker room. But Brock Purdy.
I'm going to
finally
say something different, but go ahead.
Finally getting his due, and he's a little bit under radar, top tier quarterback. So maybe he's like a Indy Pacers, even though San Francisco is.
I'm going to say this, not because of record, but just because of personnel. Miami Dolphins is like OKC.
Yes. Yeah, the way they play, the way they play. Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah.
No, not record based, but just that.
Yeah.
And then on the other side,
I like that, Stricky.
I'm going to go Pacers is Green Bay. And I'm going to say just because Jordan Love is kind of, you know what I'm talking about?
Light skin.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, bright skin. As they
a little Halliburton flow to me.
Yeah, you know what? I like that because they're still questioning Jordan Love after he
right now.
What
he did.
Just read an article where it's like, is Jordan Love for real, or did he deserve the contract? People up until now were questioning Halliburton, should he have been on the Olympic team?
Yeah. So that's why
myself included.
Only on the only
but at
only
least
that
he handled it well.
Yeah, only
that
that
selfie from the plane with the gold medal when you do nothing on the group project but still got an A. That is iconic.
Yeah, he did, but then he was the most overrated. Handled that. Jordan Love's, and then now Jordan Love. Now Jordan Love, more questions. Like, all right, now you got a receiver.
What's the golf term you said? You got to after you get the birdie,
you got to validate.
You got to validate.
Yeah, it's validation season.
Yeah.
I had the Eagles down as my comparison to the Thunder.
Austin.
Austin
is a homer.
Okay.
No.
Okay. But
as long as he didn't say the Colts.
But the more I thought about it, I think a big important piece. The Eagles made trades, but they've drafted really well, right? And that's what the Thunder have done,
okay.
Right?
Okay.
They got a lot of assets. They're built. They're built
you.
internally for the most part, with a few trades here and there. But then I thought back to last year a little bit for the NFL and in the NBA. Who had a really good record but flamed out in the playoff because they hadn't been there before? The Detroit Lions. They make the trade for Jared Goff.
Yeah.
Thunder trade for SGA. And then they build out the rest internally.
Moment got too big.
You know, Lions are probably more known for their offense than their defense, especially when Ben Johnson was there. The defense was still pretty solid, though. Thunder, certainly more defensive is what you think of when you think about him. But I'm somewhere between the Eagles and the Lions for the Thunder.
Okay.
Yeah, I like that, especially with the way that Detroit, when Ben Johnson was there, how they were attacked. They were just doing anything.
Ben Johnson that jumped off the. Oh no, I'm sorry, my bad. I had a flashback.
He was doing reverse passes, and then
right.
Amon St. Brown getting his record. Yeah, I like that. I like that, Austin. I like that.
I don't like it.
What's wrong with this, Tricky?
No, I like it, Austin. I'm just trying.
That's what I thought.
And the Eagles,
you brought the Strix pick.
The Eagles could be the Pacers because of the depth, and the Pacers come at you like from 9 or 10, players.
On both sides of the ball.
Hurts is overrated,
on
just
both
like
sides.
Tyrese Halliburton.
Yeah, and he's coming with
brothers
light
skin.
Yeah,
he does. Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know who Siakam is because of like AJ. Who is he? He's Slim Reaper.
He's Slim Reaper. Absolutely.
Champion, but he did. Hey, that dude is 150 pounds, and he talks
give you money,
junk all game long.
Who's James Johnson?
Oh, that's on the Eagles.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Jalen Carter. Nobody.
I'm thinking more OG.
OG Anunoby?
No,
they don't have any. It's
probably
probably
they got rid of him.
It's the right tackle Johnson,
Lane Johnson, maybe
Johnson, or the big dude that's a left tackle.
Who is that? Brandon Graham.
Right? Yeah, but he's gone.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Would have been.
Yeah, it would have been him.
Would have been.
Yeah, well, yeah. Little Santa Claus. Yeah, great beard.
What about the big boy with the Cleveland, the big 400-pound monster, the new fridge,
the tush push stopper?
Oh, the dude that got drafted by the board. But he can move though,
and he's getting through camp.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we're gonna see how he does it.
We're gonna see if he's a throw up.
Listen, he ain't making no gassers. You just like, you know what I'm saying? You know, it's like Oliver Miller trying to make 17.
Yeah, we did have to have a one of those school bell curves for Oliver. We did. We had.
Hey, dog. I remember when I was at Nebraska. Is Jake still here?
Shaky Jakey.
Haven't seen him leave. He's still around.
I gotta stop doing story time, man. I ain't gonna give no names, but man, I remember we had the 300-yard shuttle, and if you didn't pass it, You had to run it like
stairs.
No, 300.
Oh, you had to run the shuttle every day.
25 goal line to the 25, down and back 6 times. It would if you wasn't it, that tests your heart twice. Now,
Oh yeah,
we had a guy that didn't make it, man. It was like week 8 in the regular season, and everybody would be waiting for him because he had to run it, and we were waiting on pins and needles. Miss it half a second.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
That's
had
real.
to do the 10. We had to do 10 in a certain, I can't remember what the time. Maybe it was a minute 25 or something. But boy, I'm telling you, I come in there with just straight biker short. I try to have nothing.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't want nothing on. I just wanted to be able to knock that out. Because if you did knock it out, like you said,
You get fine, or you got
we had to do
again.
it. We had to do it every day until we got it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no. I worked out so hard just to do that.
That was the only thing I wanted to do when I came in as a freshman was to pass the 300-yard shuttle because I knew, first of all, I knew I wasn't lifting no weights.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that is not what I'm doing. I thought this is natural. I'm gonna do my thing, but one thing I'm not gonna do is show up out of shape.
Yeah,
I'm gonna pass this. And one of my classmates, I'll never forget this, man. And so that's the last time you see your parents. It's like going to camp, like. Bye. We're going off to the war, right? So my dad left though. My dad was trying to get him home, like by the time he could get dinner. I'll never forget. We're walking out of the where was that? Out of the rec center, and homeboy didn't pass it, and his dad was like, "See, I told you. You should have been running. You want to hang out with your boys all summer. See, now look at you." He was
called him out.
Oh, he's sitting there. But the worst part, he was calling Earl. He was throwing up everywhere.
Oh, that's the worst.
But that's all you had to do, man. That was it. I was going to pass that 300-yard shuttle.
And did you?
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
With flying colors. Because, you're nervous and you got a little bit of,
You got to just long stride that thing. Is it really a technique to it?
There is. The key to it is when you
run
start.
Fast.
Is get
out
the start.
Get out.
And time your turn.
Right.
Because you want to, once you time the turn, sprint for like 5 or 6, get the momentum.
In long stride.
Yeah.
Come on, it's a technique. It's the same thing with the 40-yard dash.
Oh, yeah.
It's a technique to it.
That's why you see a lot of guys running fast 40s and can't play worth it.
Exactly. It's a technique.
Be getting hawked down.
Who's the player in your tenure that y'all used to talk crazy, laugh about? And we're going to break, but this is it. Who was the 1 or 2 players that could get hawked?
Oh, and
like in the league, like you there was a misconception about if they broke camp, they was gone, but it was Hawk City. Keyshawn Johnson. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
He may hit the slant, break up the scene, but
and JJ Stokes.
Really?
Oh yeah. JJ he was a long striker. But you know what's funny about Keyshawn? We played it down there. Keyshawn's a good brother too, man. He actually, I'm gonna tell you like this. For all the stuff that people thought about him, he's a good brother, man. A good dude. And I ain't just talking about a brother, just like that. I'm talking about a good dude.
Yeah.
He was good to me, man. You know what I mean? Because we were at Adidas. We were playing him down at Tampa.
We ain't got time for the story. We'll come back and give you that.
Oh. His nose would start bleeding. So I went over there with my towel. Hey, you know when your kid had little snot bubbles? Come here,
oh, you stupid. That take us out, else.
That's a good way to go to break. Hey, call now. Shoot out with Strick. 402-464-5685.
Not the snot
Jay
bubbles.
Foreman's playing the game. Strick's your lifeline to wrap up hour 1.
Now's the best time to lock in early order savings on a new John Deere planter from Landmark Implement during the early order program. Plan for success with the latest technology, including Exact Emerge high-speed planters that help you cover more acres with greater precision and productivity. Order your planter for next year now to unlock the biggest savings of the season. Contact your local Landmark location today and experience the Landmark difference.
Take control of your health with the DASH scan at Advanced Medical Imaging. The DASH scan is a full-body MRI designed for advanced health screening. This dynamic approach provides exceptionally sharp images across multiple organ systems, helping to detect potential concerns early. With minimal radiation and no invasive procedures, the DASH scan offers a safe, comprehensive look at your health. Plus, results are delivered faster than ever, giving both patients and physicians confidence in screening and diagnosis. Your health is too important to wait. Schedule your DASH scan today at Advanced Medical Imaging. Visit amimaging.com or call 402-484-6677 to learn more.
Have you been injured in an accident and don't know where to turn? You need an attorney you can trust to handle your case with professionalism and compassion. The attorneys at Liberty Law Group understand that a call to an attorney is a call for help. If you've been injured, we want to help you. Liberty Law's experienced attorneys are committed to the pursuit of justice for those injured. Call Liberty Law Group and find out how we can help get you the compensation you deserve. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. 877-42-LIBERTY. Liberty Law Group. Trial attorneys you can trust.
Safety is always at the top of mind at Lincoln Electric System. The safety of our employees and the safety of our customers. It's National Safety Month. Visit les.com/safety for tips on all things related to electrical safety. If you're working in your yard, remember never to place landscaping, structures, and fences too close to above-ground electrical equipment. It's unsafe and could cost you financially. Visit les.com for a complete fence and landscaping installation guide.
Are you looking to upgrade or improve the garage door on your home? This is Cameron Hall of Doors Plus. At Doors Plus, we guarantee to offer a wide selection of options from 5 leading garage door manufacturers as we deliver a free estimate, exact measurements, and rapid installation with a 3 to 5 week time frame. When you choose Doors Plus for your residential garage door needs, you'll work with our experienced technicians and be ensured that your new door seamlessly complements your home. Give us a call at 402-590-5800 or visit us online at doorsplusllc.com. Doors Plus, garage doors and more.
At Fairway Meat Market, you're family, and as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. Fairway has fresh cut meats, seafood, cheese, wine, and spirits, and a friendly staff that's always ready to help you find what you need. Stop by Fairway Meat Market today to plan your weekly meals in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center, just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red.
At Farm Bureau Financial Services, we strive to provide you with the right coverages for all your insurance needs by taking the time to meet with you and review what coverages best fit your needs. So whether you're in the market for home, auto, farm, business, life, or a combination of any of these coverages, we can help with making sure you, your family, or your business have the right coverage based on your individual needs. If you would like to review your insurance needs, please contact Ben Spurt with Farm Bureau Financial Services at 402-217-9945 or through email at ben.spurt@fbfs.com.
Ticket listeners know a dream team when they see one. At Applied Connective, we've been in the game for 20 years and have developed a team of world-class leaders in all things IT. From cybersecurity and Microsoft products to physical security, audio-video, infrastructure, business phone systems, and anything in between. We'll help you leverage technology to become your most secure, efficient, and profitable. Head to our website to check out real reviews and testimonials and sign up for a free tech consultation. We can show you where you might be vulnerable, inefficient, or overspending. It's a game changer, and it's totally free. Claim yours right now at appliedconnective.com.
Muchachos has been serving Lincoln delicious pork, brisket, and chicken tacos for several years now, as well as Hatch Mac, nachos, and more. Muchachos also brings you close to the taste buds of your favorite local college athletes with NIL deals like the B3 burrito for Bella Bacon of Nebraska softball and many more. See a variety of different NIL options at Muchachos at 11th and K or order online at yomuchacho.com. Open 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. Tuesday through Saturday.
It's time to play Shootout with Strick. Call now, 464-5685, to take your shot against Eric Strickland. Shootout with Strick. Brought to you by Buffalo Wings and Rings.
Time to play the game!
We need a contestant. We need a caller, 402-464-5685, to play the Shootout with Strick. Your prize, potentially $30 to Buffalo Wings and Rings. And Jay Foreman's going to be playing today, not E. Strick. E. Strick was hot yesterday.
And with
Clean
the help
sweep,
of
Tricky. Clean
you
sweep.
know, I came off the rope. I was looking to do the rock bottom, but I tagged Jay. Real quick, and Jay hopped in and hit the rope and came back and did the Stone Cold Stunner to close it out.
There it is.
That's it.
And Jay, would you have had the Mookie Betts one to help the contestant if it got there yesterday?
Who was it? Original team, the Red Sox, right?
Yeah.
I would have had that one.
Yeah.
The one I didn't have was Pedro Martinez.
That's right.
Yeah, the Expos.
Right.
No,
not
the
the
Dodgers.
Expos.
The Dodgers.
Yeah, I thought Ramon. Yeah, it was there.
Again,
I knew he was there. Excuse
right.
me.
402-464-5685. Who would like a contestant to play and wrap up the hour? Royals just got walked off by the Cards 6-5 in 10 innings. Royals took the lead 5-4, then surrendered 2 in the 10. So womp womp. They will play a second game tonight. You have Cole Reagans taking the hill for the Royals. Their lefty made one rehab start after being on the 10-day IL with a groin injury. Justin Rogge says, yes, Mike Tomlin will have his first losing season this year. It's pretty incredible that he still hasn't had one. I mean, 9-8, in 17 game season, to not go 8-9 once, like, come on. It's pretty impressive.
I know that people would have liked to seen him win another championship or two, but you also have to understand that that's during the Bill Belichick and Patriots and Tom Brady run as well. And the Ravens and other teams that were good, and you sprinkle in the, Peyton Manning led Broncos, but the consistency, I have to always talk about expectations versus standard. They have a standard there. Now that standard has barely been met at times, and that's why you have some like former players, like in particular Terry Bradshaw and some of those guys wanting to change because they think, and that's what you need is the answer. Now, I also think Mike Tomlin has to loosen the reins a little bit and understand that Pittsburgh is built on toughness. You can still do it, but you can still modernize the offense a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
And that's on the offensive coordinators because some of those guys are in there were highly compensated, didn't necessarily perform well.
Again, 402-464-5685. We need a contestant for the shootout with Strick. Stricky, I'll throw this one to you to start. So Justin Fields, Russell Wilson, Mason Rudolph, and now Aaron Rodgers are the last 4 quarterbacks in Pittsburgh. In terms of expected points added last year, where do you think Aaron Rodgers ranks among those 4 quarterbacks?
Which ones?
Justin Fields, Russell Wilson, Mason Rudolph, and Aaron Rodgers. Where does Aaron Rodgers rank among those 4 quarterbacks in expected points added last year?
I'd say in the middle of the pack, 3rd.
Jay?
You mean for their offense?
Just their play, expected points added.
Oh, you're going to be number 1.
4th.
Really?
Last year. 4th.
I said 3rd.
Oh, for last year?
Last year, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Last year. Yards per attempt. Where does Rodgers rank?
He was last in everything. It was a bad year for my man.
Yeah,
well, Jay just stole all the thunder.
Yeah.
4th in EPA, 4th in yards per attempt, and 4th in on target throw rate.
We got Tad on the line.
Got Tad?
Tattletale is on the line, Jack.
Tad, how are you?
Good. How are you guys?
We're great.
I'm magnificent, Tad. I haven't been beat since I've been on here.
Well, I beat you last time.
Woo! Dang.
Challenge!
Dang, Tad.
You
are. Hey, hold on.
That.
Yeah, you are my only L. I
Yeah.
just stood up in my seat. I'm ready now.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's on and popping.
I like it.
You're foaming at the mouth now.
Yeah.
Oh,
He came just for you too, Jay.
Yeah. He was driving, so let me go and get a quick dub again.
All right, Tad, hold on the line. We'll get Jay his questions first, then we'll get to you. Sound good?
Yep.
Okay. We did debuts yesterday. We're doing finales today. Jay Foreman's round starts in 3, 2, and 1. Which team did Ichiro Suzuki play his final MLB game for, the Mariners or the Marlins? Mariners.
Oh,
Which
hell
team
no.
did Emmitt Smith play his final NFL game
Cardinals.
for? Cardinals. Which team did Carmelo Anthony play his final NBA game for, the Lakers or the Trailblazers?
Trailblazers.
It was the Lakers. And which team did John Wall play his final NBA game for?
The Rockets.
It is not the Rockets.
Hell no!
Your lifeline. He played for one team after the Rockets. Stricky, do you know?
After the Rockets?
After the Rockets. He played for one more team.
Atlanta.
No, the Clippers. John Wall was a Clipper.
That was a sneaky. Yeah, I don't even think he played. I think he was just on the roster for that.
No,
one.
he did play. I made sure he played a game. So that was part of the deal with this. All right, Tad, for win number 2 against Jay Foreman,
Tad.
1 to tie.
You must know
You
Tad.
got to get to 2.
You must know this dude.
I've never met Tad in my life.
Right.
I got a chance here.
Okay, Tad, your round of the shootout starts here in 3, 2, and 1. Which team did Albert Pujols play his final Major League Baseball game for? The Cardinals or the Dodgers?
Dodgers.
It was the Cardinals. Which team did Jerry Rice play his final NFL game for? The Seahawks or the Raiders?
Raiders.
It was the Seahawks. Which team did Patrick Ewing play his final NBA game for? The Sonics or the Magic?
Sonics.
It was the Magic. And which team did Vince Carter play his final NBA game for? Stricken be your lifeline. Vince Carter, final NBA game.
Let's go Strick.
Hawks.
That's right.
Boom shakalaka.
Finish it. Give me a hell yeah.
He played for them for a while. Did he just win because of that?
Yep.
Oh, hell no.
Stricky walks it off. Tad, you moved it.
Yeah.
And
Payback for Jay.
in your mind.
Jay did it to me too.
Oh, hell
I
no.
can't only claim this win.
Hey,
but I'll take
Tad,
you, Strick.
Tad, you don't have to worry about your enemies when you got friends like Strick sitting 5 feet from you, man.
He's my boy. Strick, we're going to go eat some wings.
Yo, chicken wings stricken. 1, 2, 3 stricken.
There it is.
Tad, congratulations on Strick's win. Hold on the line. We'll get you
That
your
hurt,
information.
man.
You come in, pick up your $30
That
to wins
hurt.
and
You
roast.
could have
Congrats,
used
Tad.
it. You didn't want to.
Thanks, fellas.
You
Thanks,
had
Tad.
3 basketball wins and you didn't give none to Stricky.
I gave him 2 basketball wins.
Right. That's all right.
That hurts, man.
You did
That's
me.
right on par.
That's
with
karma.
Stricky.
You
That's
did
right on
Stricky.
par.
Did you not? And you knew it. Matter of fact, you looked in the other room and still hit me upside the head. I said, don't think I forgot.
He did me like Roy Jones talking about you must have forgot that I'm nice with you.
Oh, what a day.
All right. Well, we're either going to raise a glass to Strick's victory or raise one to Jay's loss, whichever you prefer. Thirsty Thursday, courtesy of Myers Cork and Bottle to start hour 2.
Download our app by searching for 93.7 The Ticket in your app store to stay in touch and listen all day wherever you are. More of On the Block next on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth. 93.7 The Ticket.
Go Hog Wild Pit Barbecue.
It's $5.99 barbecue time. Hurry to Hog Wild for a complete barbecue meal that's only $5.99. Get a 1-meat sandwich loaded with our award-winning barbecue, plus your choice of a classic side and drink for just $5.99. Upgrade your sandwich to beef brisket for just $1 more. Join us for lunch or dinner in Lincoln at 3210 Cornhusker Highway. Order online at GoHogWild.com.
But don't be late, we close at 8.
Load up on meat and more this spring at The Mercado by Certified Piedmontese with great selections of T-bones, tomahawks, ribeyes, filet mignon, brisket, sirloin, and so much more. The Mercado has locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Old Cheney in Lincoln, where you can have $2 draft beer every Thursday night from 4 to 8 p.m. and half-price espresso drinks on Fridays from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Get to The Mercado today for the best meat in town.
Have you been injured in an accident and don't know where to turn? You need an attorney you can trust to handle your case with professionalism and compassion. The attorneys at Liberty Law Group understand that a call to an attorney is a call for help. If you've been injured, we want to help you. Liberty Law's experienced attorneys are committed to the pursuit of justice for those injured. Call Liberty Law Group and find out how we can help get you the compensation you deserve. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. 877-42-LIBERTY. Liberty Law Group. Trial attorneys you can trust.
Keep summer green with Judson Bylene and Judson Irrigation. More than 40 years ago, Judson Irrigation started taking in orphans. Lawn sprinkler systems installed by a quickie, cheapy summer job, install 'em and forget 'em outfit long forgotten. Call Judson Irrigation. They'll never forget you.
Keep summer green. Call Judson Irrigation 402-420-6277 or judsonirrigation.com.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work?
Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills Global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red.
Why are some people more successful? Is it talent and determination, or did they recognize an opportunity? Discover a career that lets you help families reach their financial goals as you build lasting professional relationships. One with unlimited income potential. From Modern Woodman, a leading fraternal financial services provider.
I'm Modern Woodman Regional Director Sean Erickson. Call me at 402-483-6515 to learn about career opportunities.
Modern Woodman of America. Touching lives, securing futures.
Why wait until Friday to start your weekend?
Go ahead, start right now.
You're thirsty now, and 93.7 The Ticket is here to help you stock up.
Just in time for the weekend when I like to hit the clubs.
Time to broaden your horizons and try some new wine and beer. It's Thirsty Thursday with Kevin Meyer from Meyer's Cork and Bottle.
Kevin Meyer's not in the building, but we still are going to rock and roll with Thirsty Thursday. Austin Norman, Jay Foreman, Eric Strickland, the crew here for On the Block. Big thanks to Joe down at Meyer's Cork and Bottle, holding down the fort.
Guys, a good dude, man.
Dude, it's also
he's one of the best dudes out there. Yeah. Good dude. He needs to hit me up, though, man. He's been missing in action.
Really?
I know he's been busy. Kevin working him too hard. He needs a day off.
Well, number one, Kevin's been working him too hard, and number two, Kevin's not been working himself. Kevin's on vacation again.
He deserves a vacation. When you have a wealth of knowledge and experience, you need a vacation.
I'm not saying Kevin doesn't deserve it, but Joe is also saying we better watch our backs because Kevin thinks he's a full-time radio guy with a wine side gig.
He does a good job.
He does.
And Joe hooked us up, man. I got to take the edge off Tad. Hey, Tad, if you listening, we been in the rules. You call next week.
Ooh,
I got what they say now.
You'll get back.
Yeah, what is that? Go run our fade back.
Yeah. Hey, that's the old. Listen. There's a difference.
Even Eric said it on there. Eric on the text line.
Poor Jay.
No, Eric, you know what time it is. Stop it. Now, here's the thing. I got to be honest about some old school ways in these new, what they call these youngins YNs these days, right? These youngins, right? Jay, let's be honest. Back when we was growing up and we was young, Jay's a little bit younger than me, but that's all good. He's still in the range. Also a young buck, so you may not understand this part. But here's the deal. When we used to scratch a fade in the neighborhood back in the day, once it was over, we dap up and we cool. We handled the business. But boy, oh boy, if you bust one down to the white meat these days, they still coming. It's gonna be they want to see you every week until
they win.
They win.
I like that though. We're gonna run this back, Doug. We're gonna
Tad
see.
says, "I got you next week, Jay. Coming for my 3-peat."
Tad, I'm waiting for you.
He talking too. I love it.
And I want bonus. We're gonna run this back. We're gonna forget the trilogy. And once I get that one back, I'm going to even the score. Then we're going to 5-game series.
And then when Tad wins, we're going to 7.
No, that's it. I gotta get you Rocky Balboa.
He said he's Sugar Ray and you Hitman.
I know he got me, man. I thought I had him, and then my boy partner in crime threw in the towel on me. Threw in the damn towel. Throw the towel.
Throw in the towel.
All right, let's start with the beer. Just get that mention.
Which one's the beer, Austin?
You should be able to tell, my guy. If you can't tell, that's a problem. This is the Bomb Pop Blonde Ale from Infusion Brewing Company up there in the O.
Bomb Pop
Blonde.
Oh, this
Blonde
is a straight patio powder. I can sense it already.
Give it a try. What you think?
I like it. Look nice and light.
Ooh. It does kind of taste like, a nice little lollipop.
I like
Pause.
It's a bomb pop, like the popsicle.
Right.
Frozen,
the big,
red, white, and blue.
Oh, we have, I used to like those back in the day.
You rolling?
You know the
I
ones
like
I
it.
used to like, though? This is very good. Hey, I'm telling you, you would have a ball on the patio with this. And it don't even have, I'm talking about the way the weather is right now, that good 70 to 80 degrees, sit outside, sip on this, and you'll be on one in about an hour. But let me tell you this. What back in the day, so we talked about the bomb pop.
Mm-hmm.
You won't remember this, but we will. When you used to hear that sound.
Oh, yeah. Ice cream
Boy,
truck.
we used to run outside. We run inside, get them coins, and come outside looking for that man.
You really think I didn't grow up with ice cream trucks?
You didn't have an ice cream truck,
Yes.
Austin. They
Yes.
would
Once
be
a
on the
summer, it's a treat.
bicycles
Yeah.
and ride up to you. You ain't had an ice cream truck.
I had the ice cream truck.
But when you hear the
Because
sound, Austin,
SpongeBob and the rest of those characters always came out super deformed looking.
Which of those was your two favorite?
Ooh, probably the chocolate chip cookie sandwiches.
Okay.
Yeah.
Pretty killer.
Yeah.
And then the little push pops, but they were like the orange.
Okay. We in the vein.
I like the ice cream sandwiches with the chocolate chip cookies. That's number one. Number two is the American flag popsicle. I like that.
That's this one.
That's the bomb pop.
Mhm.
Bomb pop.
Mhm.
And then remember when they put the little bubble gum at? Did you have to get?
That's the one I like.
I
The
didn't
one
have
with
a
the bubble gum
They had
in
the
it.
bubble
You
gum at the
push
top.
it up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's the one I
Got
was
that
gonna
at the
say.
Fred-
All right.
at-
And
at
the
Frederick
ice cream
County Fair.
sandwiches.
Frederick County Fair.
Yeah.
How about that?
Change the game.
I didn't know you Jay, I
change
see
the
you.
game.
That the bubble gum one was the one. I
had
love
that one, man. I had that one. You know they got that TikTok going around where the uncle cut that little dude's hair and he messed it up.
What?
I remember it because my uncle cut my hair, man. I wore a beanie hat in the middle of the summer because he cut all my stuff off.
Oh.
So my grandma took me to the Frederick County Fair, and that's what I got. And since then, I always had
Did you ever, Stricky, you know what I had? This is how you knew you didn't go to the barber. I had that bowl cut.
Oh yeah.
No fade, no taper, just straight look like a bowl.
Then you try to dice it up with the little line like you Larry Johnson.
Like I did something.
Yeah.
But I used to cut my own hair, and I never had that. I had that big bowl cut.
Shout out my dad. I can personally vouch for Austin. He did live in the ice cream truck era.
Pops, don't be trying to, Mr. Orman. You don't have to come on here and try to validate what you know is not actual factuals.
It is actual factual. Eric chimes in and says, I knew I should have called in for shootout. Jay's shook. And also, we were dumb in our neighborhood. We called the ice cream van the Ding Ding Man.
Pause! The Ding Ding Man.
I'm just saying what Eric said. Not
Eric,
the ice cream man. Not the ice
super
cream truck.
pause on you, Eric. Super pause.
So this beer, the Bomb Pop Blonde Ale, Joe sent our way in
8 out
the
of
theme
10.
of willing spring into existence. He said the words patio pounder. Stricky, that's how you describe it.
That's how I describe it.
So Joe's on.
He's
All right.
on.
Then we have an Ellie sort of wine.
Uh-oh.
Not a deep red, not a white. It's a rosé from France. It is the Grenache grape, grown in limestone, clay, and sand soil. Acidity of 3.32 pH. Alcohol volume 12.5%.
Is that a lot? That means you're getting hammered.
Not for wine.
12?
Austin's like, no.
So some of those heavy reds are, 14, 15.
Austin, that's not far. If you would have said a 9, maybe a 12 for a
rosé.
For a rosé?
It doesn't smell that dry.
For a Ricky rosé? Come on, Austin.
Tell me what you think, Stricky.
Let me tell you what I think.
Tell me what you think.
Yeah, tell us what you think, Strick.
Okay.
Little swirl.
Soft, buttery,
smooth.
Little on it, little bite. Not the rattlesnake bite, but garden snake. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
Mm-hmm.
Jay, your review?
Smooth.
The skeptical look at first from Jay Foreman.
Yeah, I like it. It's smooth.
Smooth.
Yeah.
It don't taste like that old stuff we used to drink back in the day. That Boone's Farm. Jay, you tell the truth, Jay.
I was on a Cisco.
Ooh.
That Cisco
don't hurt.
man one night jumped on me one time in the dorms. I swear to God, I had every window in that dorm open. I was sweating.
Ooh.
Heart started pounding.
All you need is one of these. Like you didn't even need that much. You didn't even need a bottle. You just needed a cup. Or that stuff. They had to ban that, Austin. You didn't get to see that, Austin.
Never again.
I did not grow up in that era.
No.
Never again on that Cisco.
I went into an old school store one time, Jay, and I saw it in there.
Walked the other way.
I looked at it. I thought about it, Jay.
Yeah, no.
And I said, no. Let me walk out the
Cisco
door.
for me ever again.
Yeah.
Ever.
That stuff is Pope. I mean, you used to think
like
that Mad Dog was Pope. That Cisco, no, sir.
That 20.
The 20 gets you now. Sneak
What
up
about
on
that Carlos Rossi?
with the big fat,
the
big
big
fat,
one too.
yeah.
Yeah.
See, the old school. See, you ain't old school if you don't know about Rossi.
Then you try to really get when I was in Buffalo, we was in the NFL, man. We weren't making no money, man. So my man Sean Bryson, I got to have him on. I went over to his apartment, because we stayed in these this regular old apartment. So he'd stay across the alley or whatever. So we walk over there. We'll see what's we'll see what's popping. Walk in there. My man had the box wine in there.
Not the one you put.
Yeah, where you put the box. Put it
right.
Over. Yeah, he had the box wine in there.
Wow, crazy. Austin, this is good. Good choices.
That's Joe. Shout out to Joe.
Shout out to
Down
Joe.
at Myers Cork and Bottle.
Where they at?
13th and South. Look for the Neon. They're right there on the corner. Super duper easy to get to. You can't miss it unless you're trying. So shout out to Joe for that. Fellas, I am drinking today because the Indianapolis Colts make me sad. They continue to just let me down time and time again. First off, the news was that Anthony Richardson aggravated his AC joint in his throwing shoulder.
Oh, my gosh.
Same
Here we go
injury
again.
that caused him to have season-ending surgery as a rookie. Okay, but that's why you signed Daniel Jones. You got to back up. Well, Michael Pittman Jr. gets tangled up getting off the line of scrimmage in a drill. He limps off the field, heads to the locker room early. I am on the verge. I'm on the verge of finding a new NFL team. I just can't.
He like DP.
With the Colts.
You in the transfer portal?
I'm not yet, but over the last 5 years, I'm not sure any fandom of mine has been tested to this degree. And I watched 106 lost Royals teams. And then I watched Nebraska football.
That's because you got spoiled with Peyton Manning and then the Andrew Luck's apex. So you just think that's just the way it's supposed to be.
How
it's
it's supposed to be.
No.
I deserve that. I'm a good person.
You guys fell into Peyton Manning and everybody else around him. And really, the only reason that you guys were actually really, really good is because Lawrence Phillips didn't handle his business. Because if Lawrence Phillips handled his business, you kept Marshall Faulk. You don't get all those other, you don't get Edgerrin James and all them, Joseph Adai and all them. So a Nebraska guy, and shout out to my man Gene.
The real reason is because Peyton was petty. That's why they were so good.
Gene, yes, he that big head,
Petty
P. That 5 head, big old head, Peyton Manning. I see him. I'm gonna smack him right upside that head, man. Wow. I wish I could iron claw. Remember the claw?
Oh yeah, that the Iron Sheik used to have.
You can't do it with Peyton Manning. His head too big.
Hey, listen, my boy.
What's happening?
I got something I want to talk about, Austin.
What's on your mind, Stricky?
I want to talk about potential trade rumors for NBA.
Ooh.
Let's talk.
What we got?
Talk. What you think about the Miami Heat taking a flyer potentially on Joel Embiid?
No.
Joel
Embiid ain't built like that.
He ain't in shape enough.
The Heat want him more than he wants them.
Okay, cool.
I also think you'd have to trust Bam Adebayo to play power forward. Not sure he's got the stretch for that.
You don't think so?
He's all right.
Okay.
He's all right.
Let's talk about this one. What about Ja Morant?
Ja Wick?
Ja Wick with the suit to the Orlando Magic. Ja Wick, Orlando received Ja Wick. Memphis received Jalen Suggs, Tristan Da Silva, a 2026 first round, a 2027 first round swap, a 2030 first round, a 2025 second, and a 2026 second. Thoughts?
So really what you're trying to get is
bless you.
Bless you.
It's blessed.
Appreciate it.
You're
Thank
trying
you.
to get blessed.
Trying to get blessed. Really what you're trying to do then is have two Markelle Fultzes on the roster.
Ooh.
Attacking mid-range guards that can get downhill. Ja can't shoot. He's a 32% three-point shooter for his career. 31.6 even. I gave him too much credit. I think Orlando could use that downhill juice. I think that Paulo could use a lead guard.
Downhill juice?
Maybe. But I think Orlando's biggest problem is not having enough floor spacing. And I think that Ja doesn't necessarily help solve that problem, which is why I still prefer the idea of Orlando trading Franz Wagner for Karl Anthony Towns.
Okay. Jay Foreman.
No.
I got one for you. The Brooklyn Nets get their franchise star in Zion Twerksome Williams.
I like that.
Here is who the Brooklyn Nets receive Zion. The Pelicans get Cam Johnson, Zaire Williams on a sign and trade. 226 first round pick, Brooklyn. 230 first round pick, Brooklyn.
Damn.
Should they pull it? Cam Johnson's 18-point scorer, shooting 39 from three. He's a plug and play guy.
I like it for him.
You like it for him, Cam?
I like it for him. I think a change of scenery is for Zion. He needs it ASAP. I just don't know if going to New Jersey is it.
Okay.
He needs to go to Portland, where you just straight up
Milwaukee.
Yeah, smaller market, off the beaten path. There ain't nothing for you to do.
Facts.
Except for play basketball.
What
you've been doing, brother,
is too much.
Is way too much.
Yeah.
You need to be as far away from that lady, that whatever that thing was that he was involved. You need to be there and
the offensive lineman
and rediscover yourself.
What is the symbol for offensive line?
And you know what else he needs to do? He needs to get him a mountain bike. You live in downtown, and I've been to Milwaukee. You riding your bike to work.
In the cold, too.
You like Mike Riley before they got. Remember when they did that show or did that thing with Mike Riley when he was up in Oregon? He ride his bike to work. He ride his bike to work. He lived here at NBC Suites. Actually, he got dropped off though.
Yeah.
Like you taking him to school, get him into the pickup line.
Austin, I'm about to blow you away.
I like that.
We'll
I like Zion for me, and I'll let you go straight. I think Zion has more of a chance to rebound than Ja.
Okay,
I do.
I can upswing that.
I really do. I think Zion being in New Orleans.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's just different down there.
Yeah,
man.
that hoodoo down there.
That water.
Somebody put that thing.
That water don't taste the same.
I got one of them. I want Austin to twerk this.
You said you're gonna blow me away. We'll see if I can twerkulate.
San Antonio. They form a twin tower matchup with Wemby and Lauri Markkanen. San Antonio gets Markkanen. The Jazz gets Devin Vassell, Keldon Johnson, a 2025 first round pick from Atlanta, and a 2027 first round pick from Atlanta. Are you pulling the trigger? Or is that enough for Utah?
I don't hate it. I really don't hate it. I don't think Utah gets their headliner. So a lot would depend on how they draft. I think Johnson is a useful bench piece, but that doesn't mean you hesitate pulling the trigger on him. Vassell, I think, is the swing guy there. Spurs have saw more in him than I think he's actually put on tape right now. He came into the league from Florida State as a pretty pure 3-and-D guy. the Spurs think he's got some on-ball juice to him. I love Lauri Markkanen next to Wemby, absolutely.
I think that's a good.
Is
good
it worth
match.
what you have to pay him and get rid of Vassell? I'm not sure.
Not sure about it.
No, I guess if I'm San Antonio, leaning into size wouldn't hurt, but I'd rather go get a big lead guard more so than another forward. I don't know. I don't know. I don't hate it though. I'm on it. I'm with it. I'm with it.
I got something for Bada Bing. Thank you,
Bing.
Bada Bing. Bada Bing says this. I'm gonna give this to Jay too, since Jay's a big Laker fan. So this is what he says. This ain't the question. I'm gonna give you the trade first, and then I'm gonna let you answer the question too, and then we'll go to break. As a Lakers fan, he says, do they make any moves this season? They have to. I'm gonna answer that for you, Bada Bing. They have to make a move. So let's just answer that one. Also, is JJ Redick going to be a success in LA? I love his questions, but we'll wait on that. They gotta
make a move.
We'll wait on that one. We'll wait on that one.
JJ
Because I'm gonna give you the trade. Hold on. I'm gonna tell you what the move is, and I'm gonna let you answer that.
Okay, I got you.
Lakers. This is why I brought Bada Bing in. Lakers find the center that they're looking for. It's in Nick Claxton.
Yeah, there it is. Did he hang another banner?
The Lakers get Nick Claxton.
I'm in.
Brooklyn receives Rui Hachimura, Gabe Vincent, and a 2031 first-round pick for Nick Claxton.
Oh, I like that. Rui Hachimura, I thought you was a scorer.
Ooh.
But we're going to take Claxton.
You taking the Claxton.
And then we running it, too. We got AR-15. And then you still get your boy Connect 4. Get his mind right. He Connect 4 went down to Tennessee and got all the way wild in Knoxville. He had trap houses and everything.
He was down there wild. He was on stage at rap concerts and all that. Yeah, he wild. Yeah. But okay, so I asked a question. But so you like the makeup of the team, but do you like the coach? Also, is JJ Redick going to be a success in LA?
No. I think he'll win. I don't know if he'll be a success because I think he's too rigid right now.
I need a definition for the rigid.
And the problem with him, I think LeBron's gonna play one more year.
He's a fool if he don't opt into that $58 million. Right. But he's not a fool because I think if he really wants to win, I think it hurts them if he opts into it. It's a catch-22.
If I'm Bron, I'd try to opt in a little bit lower with the player
sign.
Option for 2.
You sign, yeah.
With then
a
I
lower
can go
salary
somewhere next year,
right?
But I think after LeBron leaves, I'm not a believer in Luka, man. Until I see it, Luka's got to prove me wrong like Halliburton.
Austin, I need some rebuttal.
Halliburton finally did what Luka just did.
Get him, Austin.
What?
Luka led a team to the finals before Tyrese did.
Yeah. Now.
Yeah.
They just reached the same level.
Right.
They just reached the same level.
Man, what the? Strictly co-signing over here. Listen, Luka was supposed to do what he's supposed to do. I'm not giving you credit for the thing that you're supposed to do. I'm going to give you credit for the thing you weren't supposed to do, what you did.
That's
he
right.
Ain't did nothing.
Now,
what did he do this year?
Right.
Nothing.
No, what?
Exactly.
He got traded from the only NBA home he's ever known.
Why did he get traded?
Because Nico got some, I don't know. Because Nico. That's not on Luka. It's 5% on Luka, 95% on Nico. This is an unprecedented
Luka
situation.
Can't guard
in the
that
NBA.
trash can over there, and it's because he don't want to. That's why he got traded. So when you think LeBron's gone, when he's gone, you think he has the leadership to take you somewhere? So
I think the guy that won MVP of the EuroLeague at 18 will find a way to step into the leadership role.
How old is he right now?
I think he's 24, 25.
26?
He's 25, 26. Okay, so stop talking about something. We have this here. We have this right here. When somebody comes and does something as a freshman and they dragging their feet as a junior and senior. Oh no, see, I got to go. See that you mess with family, and I'm gonna get some text message from Dom. See, come on, man.
Jokes.
No, you ain't. I always tell you this. No, I can't say what I did.
Let's go to break. You can say it offline. We'll be back with more on the block in a second.
Follow Austin Strick and On the Block on Twitter at Austin Orman, eStrick20, and On the Block 93.7. More of On the Block coming up.
Are you looking to upgrade or improve the garage door on your home? This is Cameron Hall of Doors Plus. At Doors Plus, we guarantee to offer a wide selection of options from 5 leading garage door manufacturers as we deliver a free estimate, exact measurements, and rapid installation with a 3 to 5 week time frame. When you choose Doors Plus for your residential garage door needs, you'll work with our experienced technicians and be ensured that your new door seamlessly complements your home. Give us a call at 402-590-5800 or visit us online at DoorsPlusLLC.com. Doors Plus, garage doors and more.
Spring sports are here and it's time to upgrade your equipment. But don't go rushing to your big box store. Play It Again Sports is your place to go for all spring sports equipment for baseball, softball, golf, and disc golf. Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And don't forget, buying from them is a great way to get new products with great discounts by also bringing in your used items for store credit or cash on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Mike, the insurance company wants us to replace the roof.
Wait, what? I thought everything was fine.
Yeah, it says right here our roof is too old and they won't be able to cover us anymore.
I guess it is 15 years old. Hi, I'm Austin with Roofing Service Company. We help homeowners with their roofing and siding projects. Financing options are available, and we can get you under a new roof no time at all. If this sounds like you, visit roofingservicecompany.com. That is roofingservicecompany.com.
Shopping for new flooring is different today. Getting your questions answered, making the right selection, getting the best value, and installed quickly and professionally. Visit ostreetcarpet.com or shop our store. We'll answer all your questions and help you make the right choice. You'll be enjoying your new floor in just days for less than you'd pay elsewhere. Carpet, vinyl, wood, laminate, tile, and area rugs. We've got it all.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Rick Heyman here from Sauter Heyman Jewelers. I want to personally thank our great customers for voting us once again the best of Lincoln. At the same time, we're celebrating our 120th year in business in the great state of Nebraska. You can count on Sauter Heyman for the very best quality, value, and customer service. When it comes to your jewelry needs, visit us at South Point, Grand Island, and the Outlet in downtown Lincoln. Visit us today at SauterHeyman.com, and thank you for your continued trust after all these years.
Safety is always at the top of mind at Lincoln Electric System. The safety of our employees and the safety of our customers. It's National Safety Month. Visit les.com/safety for tips on all things related to electrical safety.
Attention all Wings fans. Buffalo Wings and Rings has daily specials that will make you want to stop in on all days of the week. Kids eat free on Mondays, and on Tuesdays, enjoy 40% off boneless or traditional wings at a price that makes the whole family happy. And come back on Wednesdays for $1.39 chicken tenders all day long. Get to Wings and Rings today, 68th and O, or in Williamsburg Village.
Every home is different. Every family is different. So when it's time for a new heating and cooling system, why not get what fits you best? Get the perfect fit with Bryant. Maybe you need higher efficiency, better humidity control, increased warranty, or all the bells and whistles. Bryant provides options in warranty, features, comfort, and efficiency while maximizing savings. Call Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing, 467-1111, or visit BryantLincoln.com. Bryant, whatever it takes.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Copple Chevrolet GMC, and they're having the biggest hail sale they've ever had. A huge opportunity is at your front door right now. Some of these cars we're fixing, some we're not, and some it's totally up to you. New Sierra starting at $15,000 off list. New Canyons at $8,500 off list. New body styles on the Acadias, $3,000 off list. You need to hurry as there's going to be a lot of people heading to Louisville. Check us out at copplecars.com. Stock numbers G121492, G1877747, and G1965999.
Now back to On the Block with Eric Strickland, Jay Foreman, and Austin Orman.
We're back here too on the block. Austin Norman, Eric Strickland, Jay Foreman with you. This segment brought to you by Heartland of Nebraska Windows. Check them out online at heartlandofnebraskawindows.com or give them a call, 402-430-3852. They got a whole list of services headlined by free estimates and a local crew. Completely local crew, completely local team of installers, locally family owned, all that good stuff. Heartland of Nebraska Windows.com. Fellas, ESPN put this out while we're talking a lot of NFL today. I thought it'd be interesting to go over candidates to go from the cellar of their division to the attic, to the top. Obviously, that's 8 teams with 8 divisions in the NFL. In the NFC, you have the Chicago Bears, the New Orleans Saints, the New York Giants, and the San Francisco 49ers. Of those 4 teams, who do you think is most likely to go from worst to first? San Fran for you.
San Fran for me. I'm going to let Jay handle all the rest. I'm just going to look there.
Yeah, San Fran is built to. I mean, they just were in the Super Bowl 2 years ago.
I think your boy was point shaving.
What?
Kyle Shanahan?
Not from
Brock
a
Purdy?
bad. Yeah.
What?
For some reason.
Hey, now that's very serious.
He's like, he went in there with the like the Netflix movies. What was that? The something heist where they had the mask on.
Yeah.
He went in there like that, basically like, pay me.
Yeah, I think the injury bug hit them, and I think the mojo was a little bit off. You got to think the X factor was out, and that's Christian McCaffrey, and then
Ayuk, Trent
Williams, and then Tupac Purcell got shot. Just doing the right thing, just in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Mm-hmm.
And then defensively, I think they were a little bit off. Now they got Robert Saleh back now. That defense is going to go right back to where it was. And so when now you got that defense, now you got your quarterback that got paid. Everybody's going to be healthy, and you got to think they've been. This is the thing that's so like commendable with the Chiefs is they played so long deep into the season in championships and all that. And now you know it's almost kind of like I didn't feel maybe they didn't feel entitled to it, but it was just kind of like they just all right, we'll just go through the season, turn on, and then they kind of got through and got lucky against Detroit 2 years ago. All right, luck's on our side now. Well, then everybody else came and got you. I think they're going to be able to bounce back, especially in that division. You got to think.
Couple notes from ESPN to that point. The 49ers led the NFL in adjusted games lost to injury.
Yep.
Super injured to a lot of their key players. And the ESPN FPI says they have the easiest projected schedule in the league.
Because last year they had one of the hardest.
Because they get the Giants, the Browns, and the Bears in some of their games compared to the Rams, who get the Eagles, Ravens, and Lions.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And the physicalness of the teams that the 49ers get to play is a little bit less than what the Rams have to play. And if you look at quarterbacks, Brock Purdy is obviously significantly younger. You know, I like where San Francisco's at. Plus,
who's the best quarterback in that division?
Oh,
Stafford, Darnold, Murray, Purdy.
Stafford. Still is.
Still? Okay.
He's the guy that you trust the most, which is crazy because Brock Purdy just broke bread. I think Stafford's still the best. But I'm going to tell you what, I've been hard on Pocket Hercules. He played well last year.
He did.
And he matured some. So maybe he just needed maybe he needed to understand that you're not as secure in your level or your where people think you are as a quarterback wise. And I think he's really stepped up.
Fair enough.
I'm proud of Pocket Hercules.
Nice.
Even though he went to Oklahoma.
Say, well, we'll package that up and ship it his way. Jay Foreman stamp of approval.
Yeah.
I would say the Bears are number 2 for me.
Yeah, I would have said number 2.
To go from worst to first?
Worst to first.
Mm-mm.
In the
NFC teams.
Because
I say
I'm not sold on Green Bay's receiving core.
Me
or that defense. The Lions lost both coordinators. We've seen how that goes differently for different teams. I still like their talent, but they got some tough decisions that they've had to make already. And then
you think they
Minnesota, year 1 with a rookie quarterback. You just never know how it goes for sure. So I don't trust the Bears enough to pick them, but I really like Ben Johnson. And I think he's going to work wonders for Caleb Williams. I would say New Orleans, except that whole roster is so bad.
And your quarterback retired. And
right.
you picked the quarterback that you had no business picking. and now you got buyer's regret because you thought the quarterback that was retiring wasn't going to retire, or that retired wasn't going to retire. When he told
but at least he didn't take the money. He left it on the table.
He's just a fool.
Said it would have felt like stealing. Couldn't just take Saints money.
That's what he said.
Carr says. Right thing for me in the Saints to choose retirement. David Carr would never. David Carr would take that money.
Hey, yes, he would, and his brother should have. I think with the Bears, I think the first 6 weeks are going to be crucial. If they can get off to a good start and learn how to win and really embrace the new regime and the quarterback plays well, sky's the limit, because it is a get, as much as it's not a gettable division, it is, because you got to think all three other teams, or at least two, Packers and Detroit, have their franchise quarterback. The Vikings, let's just assume that they went all in on them because they kind of stiff-armed Aaron Rodgers. Now you got to think, who does the Bears have as their number one receiver? And is that defense able to play as good as Detroit's defense at times, which was suspect at times, or more importantly, as consistent week 1 through 17 as Minnesota? So if their defense matches Minnesota and Caleb Williams is better than JJ, it's the Bears division.
I guess I could see the Bears going all Commanders in the AFC North.
Yeah.
That's kind of the formula for them. Okay, to the AFC, your fourth place teams, the Browns, the Raiders, the Patriots, and the Titans. Who is most likely of those four to go worst to first? Because there is not a single one of those teams that will actually pull it off. Who's most likely?
I'll say the Patriots. And it's mainly because of the head coach. He knows how to win. I think he knows how to connect with the players. He knows situational. I think he will. Again, if they get out to a good start with essentially a relatively rookie quarterback, even though Drake may play last year, and make it simple, and they start off hot, and their identity embodies him. I mean, it's a gettable division, because you got to think it's 4 wins guaranteed, right?
Sure.
Then you think, okay, say we split with Buffalo, and then you really, make hay in
against your last place schedule.
Against your last place schedule. But everybody else, the Raiders, everybody is garbage.
I'm gonna go out. Yes. I have to agree. I'm gonna go out on a limb. On this one, and I think it's gonna be a major surprise. And I'm gonna go Cleveland Browns. Here's what I'm gonna say. I think they're built.
Know what you're saying.
I think they're built.
What's up, baby?
I think the defense is solid. I think they're gonna go with Flacco early.
Flacco Flame.
And who gonna close?
And
the
I
door?
think Shador is gonna close it.
What's up, baby? This is prime.
I think Shador is gonna close it. He is having a great OTO. He haven't got to pads yet, but they're saying he's lighting it up, and he's dotting things right now that he shouldn't be doing. And so I think that's how it's going to go. I think they're going to be fine. I think they've got tickets. They've got the players. The defense is already there. If they've got a spark, I'm just going to go out on a limb and say it's going to be a surprise.
Here's where Cleveland has. Here's where you actually I agree with you, is that when you look at their division, and if I'm Cleveland, the only team that I know that's going to pose a uphill battle or a serious challenge is Baltimore.
Yep.
Cincinnati, you don't have that defense.
What defense?
Is first of all, you had the league's leading sack artist in Trey Henderson last year on your team, and your defense was garbage. And you had Sam Hubbard, who was your second, leading pass rusher. He just said, "You know what? I'm done with Cincinnati. I'm retiring." And then you had your injury plague at the second level. You don't have DJ Reader anymore in the inside.
No Cam Taylor-Britt. No, I'm just playing. He's there.
But I'm saying you don't have anything, right? I know where you were going with that, Strick. So then you think of, okay, if you get the game tight, ball control, it favors Cleveland. What's Cleveland actually have on offense? An offensive line. You got some decent. You got Jerry Jeudy, wide receiver.
Some running back.
And some running backs. So good that you didn't bring back my man Chubb. And that defense is for real.
It's for real.
Okay, so then that eliminates Cincinnati. Now it comes to Pittsburgh. And you go to Myles Garrett and said, listen.
Can you win us a 10-9 game?
No, you got tombstones out there, but there's one dude that you ain't got out there. You said you was wanting to get traded. We gave you the house. I want him dead. I want him on your tombstone. And then that eliminates Pittsburgh.
Even if you need to swing helmets in the
then, right? Right? Well, that's the dude you want.
Whatever it takes.
Hey, you know what you tell him? Hey, man, you know what that dude said to you? In order you to get that get back, you got to knock out Aaron Rodgers. So then if it comes down to it late in the season and say Baltimore's not throwing passing well with the, Lamar Jackson, DeAndre Hopkins and them, you just never know because Cleveland has the ultimate X factor. And that's Myles
Kevin
Garrett.
Stefanski.
Against him. And then if you do well in your regular schedule, I can see Cleveland doing it. And then and listen, I'm gonna tell you this right now. If Shedeur Sanders gets in there and plays well, all hell breaking loose. Deion coming to be the head coach. So the whole reason that everybody didn't draft him, well, I'm here. Right up in Cleveland. The armpit of America.
Mistake by the lake.
And you know what he's gonna say? Hey man, I did it in Colorado.
The Mercado by the lake?
Mistake by the lake.
Oh.
Mercado is not a mistake. Mercado is never a mistake.
I thought you said the steak by the lake.
Mistake.
Because they're gonna, you know how they're gonna run it. Well, shoot, if you can win in Colorado, you can turn around that program. You can come to the armpit of America.
He's already been close up there in Cincinnati.
And then you know how much stuff they're gonna be selling?
Ooh. Glasses and everything.
You got glasses and everything. What's up, baby? He's gonna have the whole city. He's gonna make orange fashionable.
East 99 is where you find me slinging it. Yeah, yo, baby.
Orange and doo-doo brown.
Bone Thugs and Harmony come out of wood out retirement.
Hey, Deion gonna have people walking around with gold dog pound bones, like dog bones.
It's a marketing genius play. It really is.
Hey, and I'm gonna tell you this before we go let me tell you something before we go to break. Listen. Like I grew up watching the Browns. I like the Browns, right? Because they had my man Kevin.
I like
Mack
the tier bag with the tears on the head.
Right.
No, I'm just playing. It was that bad.
But you remember the big dude that they showed with the mask, and they
would
always act like they were eating dog bones. So we played Cleveland up there.
Mm-hmm. Was it ice brick? Was it brick? Was it brick cold up there?
It was cold as my. You know what, man? I hurt my hip bad out there. That's my first epidural.
Ooh.
Yo, these cats really were eating dog biscuits up there, and they would throw bones like they would take a bite out of it and throw it at you. I said, these cats is crazy. They was eating it though, like not just biting it, eating it, and throwing it at you.
Wow!
And they really be in there, but they really was barking too. Yeah, they was really barking, and they have like a section of them, and they really was barking.
Yeah, that's hilarious, bro.
And I'm like,
I would have loved to see that.
And I'm like, we trash and you trash and you still out here barking.
Austin, I know we going to break, but when they played that game, he did me like Tyronn Lue do him. I called him and no answer, Jay. No answer, Jay. I tried to go to that game.
Cold-blooded.
Cold-blooded. Cold-blooded.
I pay money way up there.
Cold-blooded. More on the block after this.
Download our app by searching for 93.7 The Ticket in your app store to stay in touch and listen all day wherever you are. More of On the Block next on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Load up on meat and more this spring at The Mercado by Certified Piedmontese with great selections of T-bones, tomahawks, ribeyes, filet mignon, brisket, sirloin, and so much more. The Mercado has locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Old Cheney in Lincoln, where you can have $2 draft beer every Thursday night from 4 to 8 p.m. and half-price espresso drinks on Fridays from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town. Take control of your health with the DASH scan at Advanced Medical Imaging. The DASH scan is a full-body MRI designed for advanced health screening. This dynamic approach provides exceptionally sharp images across multiple organ systems, helping to detect potential concerns early. With minimal radiation and no invasive procedures, the DASH scan offers a safe, comprehensive look at your health. Plus, results are delivered faster than ever, giving both patients and physicians confidence in screening and diagnosis. Your health is too important to wait. Schedule your DASH scan today at Advanced Medical Imaging. Visit amimaging.com or call 402-484-6677 to learn more.
Things that impair you come in many different shapes and sizes. Some are the shape of beer and liquor bottles. Others look like cigarettes but aren't cigarettes at all. These are the things we know impair us, the things our parents warned us about. What we're not always aware of is our new prescription or the over-the-counter medicine we picked up just for allergies or a bad cold. See, it doesn't just matter how much of a substance you take. If you are impaired, driving is deceptively dangerous. Don't drive impaired. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Safety is always at the top of mind at Lincoln Electric System. The safety of our employees and the safety of our customers. It's National Safety Month. Visit les.com/safety for tips on all things related to electrical safety.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red!
Saturday. Eagle Raceway is open for a full season of dirt track racing action every Saturday night. Don't miss the epic battles on the high banks of Eagle Raceway each Saturday between the Nebraska Septic Sprint Cars, Nebraska Lottery Modifieds, Avid Realty Sport Mods, Valentino's Hobby Stocks, and A1 Iron Stock Cars. Let's go racing. Eagle Raceway, just 10 miles east of Lincoln on O Street. Check out the full schedule at eagleraceway.com.
This is Bill Mitchner, Executive Director of Lincoln Lighthouse. Did you know Lighthouse provides multiple programs for students such as one-on-one tutoring and mentoring, as well as pro-social skill exercises, while providing them a nourishing meal and a safe space during all months of the year, even during school breaks? Learn more or contribute to Lighthouse at lincolnlighthouse.org today.
Now's the best time to lock in early order savings on a new John Deere planter from Landmark Implement during the early order program. Plan for success with the latest technology, including Exact Emerge high-speed planters that help you cover more acres with greater precision and productivity. Order your planter for next year now to unlock the biggest savings of the season. Contact your local Landmark location today and experience the Landmark difference.
In every office, there's two types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels & Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win, and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels & Joe. Now back to On the Block with Eric Strickland, Jay Foreman, and Austin Orman.
Welcome back one final time to On the Block on a Thursday. Austin, Strick, and Jay with you. Let's just head straight to YouTube. Bada bing. Appreciate you hanging around on stream all day. Who's going to show out in Game 1 of the NBA Finals for each team? Strick, we'll start with you. Who's going to show out? Pacers and Thunder. Reggie Miller ain't playing, my guy.
You know who I'm going with. I told you how Strick roll. I stay with how I roll.
You roll how you roll?
Wherever I played, experience first. So Knicks, Pacers were with each other. I was rolling with the Pacers because I had a better experience with the Pacers than I did with the Knicks. And that's only because of Van Gundy 1.0, not 2.0, 1.0. So I'm rolling with the Pacers. Shout out.
But who shows out for them today?
Who shows out for them?
Yeah, who?
Siakam.
Spicy P.
Spicy P.
And then for the Thunder, who shows out for them? Gotta get both sides here.
I'm gonna roll with Jay's guy, Williams. I think Williams has a night for him.
Jay's guy's Chet Holmgren, Minnesota's finest.
I thought you liked Jalen Williams. You said he has to have a big series.
Yeah,
that's where I'm saying him for the night. Yeah, that part.
Ryan P. I want whatever Strick's on. Bill and Bennett. Jay doesn't mean dog bark. That was from Stricky, by the way, Bill and Bennett. Jay, your picks. Who shows out for the Pacers and the Thunder tonight? Game 1.
I think tonight Halliburton gets busy.
Who?
The way he does get busy. Like, consistent. Not like a 30-burger, but I think he's going to be
18, 12, and 12.
Yeah. I think he's going to get busy. I think it's live on stage. I think he's on one right now.
Okay.
Yeah, I like where his mind's at, right? My second I think Obi Toppin could pay dividends. Now I just think he's got to play well. But here's the guy for the Thunder that besides Chet that's gonna get busy. And it could offset Siakam or Halliburton. Is Dort. Because I think his physicality and his ability to be in the switches, and I think if he hits a couple threes and a couple like free throws and hand ones, that's a phenomenal game for him. But the peskiness on defense, I think where it's really is he could play a big factor. Because he's not anybody that you talk about. Like on a
So you think it's going to be somebody from the low key?
Yeah, because
the unexpected.
Right. I think that's the guy. That's where the heroes are born. Get there and you just come out, you start hitting. Next thing you know, NBA Austin, you get paid. You be up in Portland, breaking bread with Chauncey Billups.
Lucky guys.
Yeah.
Who wouldn't love Portland this time of year?
You'd be like your boy Grant, the Grant.
It looks like this in Portland all year long, dang it.
It's like Grant, whatever. It was a Horace or Grant's son up there.
Jeremy Grant.
Stealing like a mug up there.
Stealing.
Saw this from the NBA's official communications account. Jalen Williams of the Oklahoma City Thunder, once he plays tonight, will become the first player to be an All-Star, All-NBA team member, and All-Defensive Team selection, and play in the NBA Finals in the same season in his third season or earlier since Bill Walton did it for Portland. Funny enough, back in 76, 77. So really good year for J-Dub, as they call him. The simple cop-out answer I'm going to give is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander for the Thunder. I mean, the man's averaged 32 points a game and has like 2 turnovers against the Pacers in their 2 games this year. They do not have an answer for him. Even when Nesmith was healthy and played more, he wasn't slowing him down. Now this will be, I think, the biggest age gap between head coaches in a finals matchup ever. So maybe Rick Carlisle can scheme something up. Maybe he can. I'm not gonna root against him or pick against him, finding something to pick on. But man, I just think the Pacers don't really have an answer for Shai. And this is where I think important for the Pacers is going to be Andrew Nembhard versus Cason Wallace. Whichever backup point guard can win those minutes when the lead dogs are off the floor, I think that's going to go a long way. I still don't fully believe in Andrew Nembhard. I probably should. Cason Wallace just fits the Thunder so perfectly. I'm really curious to see how that backup point guard battle goes. So, all right, before we get out of here, Stricky, we'll start with you. Final NBA Finals prediction. Who wins and how many games?
I'm going to say OKC in 6.
OKC in 6. Okay. And your Finals MVP?
Shai Diggy.
Okay. Jay?
I think Shai's going to win the Finals MVP. I think it's over in 5, 4-1.
I think watch who, you know what I'm going to say, is doing game 5.
The extender. Scott Foster.
If Scott Foster's in game 5, it's going 6 for sure.
I've gone back and forth between Thunder in 5 and Thunder in 6. I think they're just more well-rounded. I think I'm rooting for Thunder in 6 because that would mean the Thunder probably tricked one off at the end of the game like they did pretty much every series, and the Pacers pulled one out at the end of the game. Maybe it's going to be the same game. It ends up Thunder in 5. I think we deserve 6 games between these two teams. I'm worried that we'll only get 5. So that'll put a bow on the block. We'll do it one more time tomorrow from 3 to 5. Don't go anywhere. Got an hour of old school coming your way. But of course, both these shows are brought to you by the one and only Mercado by Certified Piedmontese with 3 Lincoln locations and the 4th up in Omaha. For Strick and Jay, I'm Austin. Don't go anywhere. On the block done. Old school next.
Keep summer green with Judson Baleen and Judson Irrigation. More than 40 years ago, Judson Irrigation started taking in orphans. Lawn sprinkler systems installed by a quickie, cheapy summer job, install 'em and forget 'em outfit long forgotten. Call Judson Irrigation. They'll never forget you.
Keep summer green. Call Judson Irrigation.